Peace, family, peace, family, what's going on? Ain't even nobody in here yet. Ooh. Peace, family, what's going on? What's going on, family, what's going on? What's going on? Tap in. Oh no. There we go. Yo, peace, family, what's going on? How's everybody feeling tonight? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling out there tonight? So before Red joins us, where's everybody from? Roll call, where's everybody from? I'm tapping in from the Bronx. Where's everybody at? When he said that cancer rules melanated people, thank you, sir. To be honest with you, sister, I am not 100% sure what he meant when he said that cancer rules the people. Me and Blue are definitely gonna tap back into that because there was a lot of unanswered questions. Like I got like y'all probably didn't even peep it, but I was like literally writing notes the entire time that we was talking. So I got a whole bunch of questions that I still have to ask him. But I don't want to sit here and try to give you a false answer. And then, what I'm saying? I'm not about that. I'm not about that. Oh, excuse me. I just realized I got the wrong glasses on. Sorry. And if people are wondering why I have glasses on inside, it's because they live. That's why. Oh, yeah, of course. Nah, man. Well, listen, we all students. We are all students in here. Listen, if I don't know, I don't know. I ain't got time to fake the funk. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would want you to trust my word, so I ain't gonna say, bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? For real. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming into that last live. We just waiting for Red Pill to tap in right now. And then we gonna go in kind of like on a different note. We gonna go in really on the more of the physical side of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Ice Cube. We're gonna talk about Pac. We're gonna talk about the black box. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna if they don't hate. Blue was talking about Red was talking about they weren't trying to let him go live. Mark Zuckerberg, get the fuck out of here, Mark Zuckerberg. All right, Zuckerberg, cut your shit, fam. Hold up, fam. I'm talking to Red right now. I think he should be joining us. Oh, there we go, the master teacher. Yo, peace, God. Peace.
Peace.
How you feeling today, man?
How you doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That I'm great. How you doing?
I'm feeling great. I just got off the live with your brother.
Yeah.
We just had a great talk about a lot of different things, and I was telling the people it's gonna be within the same world, but it's kind of we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna ground it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We was up in Jupiter, we was up in Saturn, we was talking about the cosmic, as above, so below. So right now we're gonna come down. So the OG Ice Cube, you was going hard last night on Ice Cube, or all that knowledge right there.
Yeah, he's a legend, y'all.
I feel like he's kind of, I don't want to say like an awakening because he's always been on it, but it feels like a
reawakening.
Yes, a reawakening has happened with the brother.
Facts. He
So
got reawakened.
I wanted to talk about the black box for the people that don't know it, for the people that don't know about the black box and why everybody started going crazy, why the Paul Rosenberg started getting all in their feelings and he's anti-Semitic and all that, because they got their feelings hard body with that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted you to touch on a little bit on why would they get in their feelings we're the original people, but why would they get so much in their feelings?
box comes to the Yahudis or the Ashkenazis or the Yiddish, right? The people who are calling themselves Jewish, they deal with Saturn worship, right? Deal with Saturn worship of henceforth the all black with the Hasidics and the hat that they wear that has the ring pattern, black box, wear a black box on their third eye when they just they're not and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There's also in
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You super breaking up. I don't want people to miss this. I don't want people to miss this.
all right, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get some headphones. Is the video breaking up or the audio?
Nah, it was the audio. It was the audio.
All right, let me see. We gotta talk to the people at Apple because I paid too much money for this phone for the shit. The audio is crispy,
Facts, man. Listen, man. Listen. T-Mobile and Sprint. T-Mobile and Sprint running. They're doing a dry run right now. They're doing a dry run with the BS right now.
Dry run, yeah. Them niggas they doing a 5G of dry run.
Yo, I just seen the article that Blue just put up that you reposted about they didn't basically put all the 5G shit up. They just waiting for December to pop it off.
To pop it off.
That's
They succeeded in the 5G putting everything there up while niggas was sleeping, COVID clean, right? Where everybody was on a COVID shit. They succeeded in installing the 5G networks, right? So they said in December, right? Right around the time of the alignment, December 21st is going to be a major alignment,
Yep, we were just
right?
talking about that. Yep.
A major. So they're scheduled to pull the 5G online right after the alignment, right? Why not? Why not the summertime? Why not in September? Why not in October? Why not during the presidential elections? They want to do it they want to do it right at the end of this very interesting calendar year.
And we halfway into it. We only halfway into it.
Oh, we at the 6 month mark.
We at the 6 month mark.
Isn't this year panning out to what it was projected to be all the way in like Y2K? Remember
Yep.
all of the 2020 banter from the 80s and the 90s? We were saying, we were like, yo, this 2020 gonna be a crazy year. And my question would be, did we create this reality, or is this reality being created around us? Did we collectively create this reality to where, as we said in our minds, we were like, 2020 is about clear vision. 2020 vision is about clarity. It's about lifting the veil. And the synonym for lifting the veil, in case no one knew, is apocalypse. Today is Tupac's birthday. So my
Shout out to my
question
twin
would
brother.
be, my
Yeah,
question would be this: are we living in Tupacalypse apocalypse? Because Tupacalypse, or Tupac Shakur, in his poetry, in his music, and in his interviews, spoke of not the 90s, because they was hating him in the 90s.
Yeah.
If anybody was out, I mean, the youngsters don't know about Tupac when he was alive. They know about the myth of Tupac.
I was lucky enough to be always raised by older people, and I'm from New York, but I was raised on West Coast music, so I
Yeah.
was deep into pop. I didn't get into Jay and Big until I was like 15, 16. So I was
Yeah.
heavy entrenched. We got the same birthday. I've always, fathers being Panthers. We've always had like a lot of these
Oh,
parallels.
today your birthday?
To my birthday.
Oh, Mazel Tov, my nigga. Yeah.
You know what I'm
You know,
talking
pop a
about?
bottle.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
sir.
That's right.
Pop some of this gold. Yo, I'm talking about pop some of this gold.
Yeah, pop. Yeah, that's the bottle though. That's the bottle. Had have some shorties with some waist beads come out with the sparkles.
Hey.
You know what I'm talking about? With some shea butter. You know, we don't need bottle girls.
Nah,
You know what I'm talking about? We need reflections.
When you
Yo,
reflect,
come.
come back to
We
me.
need some reflections. Reflection with
back.
with the sparkles on the gold water.
Yo, I'm
talking about happy born day, King. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
So
they said in the Jubilee year, every tongue shall confess and every knee shall bend. You know what I'm talking about?
bend, my nigga, bend. Because them knees are bending.
Facts.
Are they not?
Now, yo, they bending. Matter of fact, speaking of that, great segue. So, in January, I'm not sure if it was part 1 or 2, Fear the Black Planet.
Fear the Black and More Messiah.
Black More Messiah. You was talking about the ley lines and how these statues had to come down. Family, forgive you context. The master teacher was talking about this happening in January, before COVID. I think this was before Kobe. I think this
was before. And Kobe died in All-Star Weekend, so he died in February. Rest in peace, rise in power. Yeah.
Facts.
So it was before Black Mamba.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I've been getting on my gematria a little bit and starting to see. You know, you can't spell Kobe without COVID. That's a whole nother conversation for. I wanna cross my T's and dot my I's a little more.
Yeah.
Dig into that conversation.
I saw a video that an ally did. This is my thing about the allies. The allies is lit when they do videos. Let me tell you something about allies and documentaries and allies and 4-minute videos on their own people. That's the best thing that the allies could do for us.
Facts.
The allies are effective when they're telling on their own people. What ally has really told the real truth? We haven't got one yet. That's why this is my new campaign. Hire a white person from Craigslist. Hire a white person from Fiverr and have them read your script.
Okay.
This is how it works. This is propaganda. Write out the 10 commandments of a white supremacist. Write out the history of white people and spend your fucking money and pay these white people to tell on themselves because they will do it. They're for hire. They are for hire. There's more unemployed peckerwoods than people can imagine.
I mean, look, the noble Jew Ali said that the European will tell on themselves. They will.
So let's help them tell on themselves faster. For the brothers out there who got a Becky tied up in a room somewhere, right? You got Becky on command. You might even have a Karen on command. Some of these niggas their hand is so strong, they got Donna Karen, right? The Becky is a whatever. The Becky, having a Becky having a Becky on your team, that's nothing. These niggas got Gwyneth Paltrow on their team. They got Karens on their team. Because a Karen is a Becky who's fighting she's fighting the phallus. She's fighting the fact that she's really wants you. That's the Karen. They're fighting. Fam, you see the
walking around with the black dildos at the Black Lives Matter talk, you know?
No, that's
with the necrophilia shit, man.
No, that's Becky. Karen is fighting it.
Oh, okay. Karen wants to resist.
Yeah, Karen will beat you up and have sex with you. That's Karen. You know what I mean? Cuckoo cow. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So if you got a Karen on call, if you got a Becky on command, I summon you, sisters. If you have a fucking Jon Snow on beckon and call, because these sisters, you think niggas got mind control over the Beckys? What about the Shea Butter Queens out there, the mind control that they have over Little Richard? You know what Little Richard means, right?
Little dick.
Yeah, Little Dicky. What about the control you have over Little Dicky? Because I saw something where they was hiring black women to beat them up.
Nah.
Dominatrix. Yeah, they was hiring black women to whip them and beat them up.
Yo, this fetish is ridiculous, yo. That shit is
So
fetish, man.
So for the sisters who haven't gone the Candace Owens route, meaning
Oh
that
no.
you're not a ghetto gagger, you just got white boys on your in your DM talking about Black Lives Matter. Why don't you send them a script? Holler at me if you need me to write it up, right? I will write up a script for John Ken, whatever they call the white dudes. I will write a script for them to say on video so we could spread that, because that's the best effective thing that they could do for us. Tell on each other. Because to be honest with you, we have not seen a video yet to this day where a white woman or a white man is really telling other white people the 100% truth about white people. I've never heard a white person say to a white, oh, Brad, that's what they call him, Brad Pitts. I've never heard a white person really admit the fact that Europeans were slaves.
Oh,
One,
never.
I've never heard them say that the Slavs are really the slaves. That's two. I've never heard them speak about the Barbary pirates and the Moors. That's three. I've never heard them say that black is dead in the eyes of the law, civiliter mortuus, with all of the Jewish allies who
But they
happen
know.
to be lawyers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, none of them are telling you the truth. They're hoodwinking and bamboozling you, and they're meeting you on the level of intelligence in which you present yourself. So if you present yourself as an angry Negro, they'll match that energy. If you're
Yep.
presenting yourself as a groveling Negro, they'll match that energy. If you're presenting yourself as a sorry Negro, they'll match that energy. If you presenting yourself as a beggar Negro shaking the cup, they'll match that energy.
Facts.
But
Facts.
none of them has never told you the truth, never once.
Nope.
Never once. And we get, invite them to the barbecue. Why? What did they
Why?
say? What did they say? And ultimately, the way that the ally game works, when black men become allies of Europeans, they put a gun in your hand and a badge on your clothes, and they tell you to go kill for them to prove that you're an ally. You have to spill blood. And then you get a fucking, what do you get? A GI Bill? You get a Charger or a Challenger? Or niggas is getting Hellcats out the army now. So, that's the trade-off.
Damn. That's the trade-off. That's America.
But what was you saying about, Black and More Messiah, though? Oh, yeah, the statues got to come down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
You
not
want the ley
now
lines.
they coming down. So one of the things that I stress for the people who understand the power of Tahuti, right?
Yes. Tahuti. That is for those who don't know that that's the Greeks called Thoth or Trismegistes. That is Tahuti though. That's
Yeah,
the original name.
or thought. People don't know that Hermes Trismegistus is also Thoth, but Thoth, Thoth, is also thought, and thought is considered to be thought, right? Because they say that God, all is mind.
Damn.
All is mind, right? The universe is mind. And what people know as God, right? And what they call God, right? Because God ain't even the term. This is a recent term.
Very recent.
Is when the all powerful wanted to experience itself, it negated itself, right? It negated itself. It became a black dot from the nothingness called the neither world, or the nothingness, meaning that there's nothing, there's no form, there's no thought. Then the Most High, or the omnipotent, omnipresent, had a thought,
And it wanted to experience itself subjectively.
and that thought is the black dot, right? It starts as the black dot, and from the black dot, now you have what is known as consciousness, right? But that thought is a thought, right? It's a thought. And the more thoughts that we have, right, the more we expand. Because the more thoughts, now that dot multiplies itself and becomes more dots, more dots, more dots. And now you have reality. If anybody studies the Kabbalah, you'll understand everything that I'm speaking of when we talk about the nothingness becoming something. That's God.
So
God. Reality is God negating itself. Reality that we have right now, we are akin to drops of water, right? I'm sorry to cut your wisdom.
no,
We
it's
would
okay.
be, we would be, all right, you see this bottle, right? This is like some CBD water.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be like, picture the ocean, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
ocean, they take the ocean water and they fill up this volume, right? This volume would be the human body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it has limits to it because of the physical dimensions. There's but so much water that could fit in this volume,
Yeah.
right? So we are all light. We are all light. When we die, when we expire, when
Mm-hmm.
we quote unquote when this machine stops working, there's gonna be a light that leaves. They say that the body loses 7 ounces in death,
Mm-hmm.
and they have cameras to show the light that leaves the
I
body.
see that.
That's
Yeah.
yes. So that's the life force. That's the light. That's the light force. Now, this light or this light force is connected to a imagine an ocean of light.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine an ocean of light. Imagine a sea of light. We belong to that sea. But when we incarnate in this physical avatar, we become individuals. The ego exists within the body. So now we become Philip Moreland, Red Pill, Twin. I'm a twin. I'm black. I'm a nigga. I'm in the hood. I'm in the trenches. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a New Yorker. All of these things are not real. All of these things are the ego. All of these things are part of the quote unquote illusion.
Mm-hmm.
We are part of something greater than us. And all of us come from the source. So even though you got a water that's in the bottle, when you pour it out into the ocean, that water is not an individual, it's part of the ocean. So
Yeah.
we're part of an ocean of light. And that light is synonymous with love,
Mm-hmm.
because there is no hate in that light, in God. There's no hate. Hate is something that you experience on this prison planet, this physical reality, because this is a dualistic reality, and God has experienced itself on this planet. There's many different planets, and God has experienced itself, or the Most High, or whatever the fuck you want to call him. That motherfucker created billions of planets, and it is experienced itself on those planets. There's planets where, remember, we could only see 10% of the light spectrum.
Right. Yep.
We share this planet with other beings, right? Who
Could be.
they could probably see 40%. Then they're sharing it with other beings who exist on the 90% light spectrum. So the same way that me and you is on the phone right now, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't see the intelligence that's emanating from your phone, but there's something that's connecting me and you that's allowing us to be on a live
Right.
physically, right? You will see, but you can't see the rays coming out of your phone because that's part of the light spectrum. That's the radio waves, that's the microwaves. We can't see that. Does that
Yep.
mean that it don't exist?
Nope. Not at all.
Just because you can't see it don't mean that it don't exist, because the example that I've always used is technology.
Yeah. Wi-Fi. Yep. 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 Same example I use. That's the same example I use. I was gonna match that. Well, first off, before I get, I wanted to start to get into Kabbalism, because I always hear you and Blue talk about that. You have a book recommendation that I can start to tap into that information.
A. Rashid, that's the
AR
master
sheet,
teacher. A. Rashid is the Kabbalah god.
the the,
You
the
know,
Dog Star Hip Hop, right?
he brought that to the community in '06.
We was just talking about that. Yo, did you see what he just put on his page?
Nah.
So he put
Oh,
up,
with the U.S. space station.
yo, that shit was right there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised before we get to like the end of August, before our coronation, that they're not gonna pull that. They're gonna pull that card.
Oh, the aliens are coming this year. You don't know that? The aliens are here, bro. The
I,
aliens
I
are
feel like
coming.
they've been slowly putting it out, because these new art, you were talking about this last night. Every single, you gotta go to sleep with your phone like this, because there's so much information. I was working on an article, and it
Oh,
said
hold on.
mhm.
Don't go to sleep with your phone in the room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, that was just an example.
Put
Nah, nah.
no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying for everybody, if you live in a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom or 4, leave your Wi-Fi products in another room
Damn.
when you going to sleep. You're gonna have a better sleep cycle.
You
That
definitely will.
Wi-Fi and that Bluetooth is a motherfucker. We don't know the dangers of Wi-Fi. Niggas talking about 5G. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is
Bluetooth.
is one of the reasons why cancer is kicking ass. We cannot have a router. Don't have a router in your room. Even if you have a diode, I would say even with a diode, put your phone on airplane mode, right? And when you wake up in the morning, turn that bitch on. But we should not have all of those. Why? If you go on Google or YouTube and look up how Wi-Fi be moving. Look at that shit. It look like go and look how Bluetooth look.
Yo,
It scared the shit out of me, bro.
that shit.
I don't do Bluetooth headphones. I don't do Bluetooth headpieces. I don't do that shit. That
Mm,
so now the way that I use the copper and the shungite.
I got the
You
shungite
feel
right
me?
here. Yep.
Yeah, I use the shungite. I use the stones and whatnot to protect me, but you know, you don't want to fuck with that radio. Them waves is not playing with us. They cutting through us and they're compromising, especially if you have little ones.
Yeah, yo, oh my goodness, man. People be thinking I'm just trying to sell them things. I be like, yo, go pick you up some, you know what I'm saying? Go get you some EMF protectors. Joints, yo, especially for the little ones. Yeah, their bodies are not fully developed. Their minds are not fully developed. They're being compromised so much. And you got little Jessica walking around with her iPad in front of her face all day.
They
She's three
fall
years
asleep
old.
on top of the iPads. They fall asleep on top of the phones. My daughter, she be like this with the damn tablet.
Yeah.
She'll lay on the bed and the tablet be like this. Don't let me talk about my son and his fucking Fortnite addiction.
Oh
You
my
know what I'm
gosh.
talking about?
That's something. There's something in that game. My little nephew, like, I could
These
just be
little
like,
niggas is the zombie army, yo. They the
man,
zombie army right now. But my thing is this: which one of them are gonna become video game developers? Because do you know that Fortnite was built on a platform called Unity, and that platform is an open source platform? Do you know that? Because Fortnite was free. It was a download. It's not a part of the ecosphere of the video games. It's a disruptor. They built Fortnite on Unity. Anybody could build on Unity right now. If you go to unity.com, Unity is the premier video game developing software for everybody right now. So little Ray and them,
uh-huh.
they can be video game developers at a young, tender age of teenager. Learn what is called gamification. That's the magic word of tonight. Gamification.
Gamification.
That's how we get into the billions. So we don't got to tell nobody that our life matters. Gamification. That's one of the things that the allies will not tell you niggas while they're rocking you to sleep on these marches. Because to be honest with you, the Supreme Court, that to me, that was the culmination of everything that we've been seeing taking place. That's how they harness their energy
With
with
that
that.
LGBT.
Yeah. So now a nigga in high heels could walk in a fucking school and teach your children, while they're wearing a goddamn wig.
Oh, and that's what, like, I don't know if anybody part of the LGBT community. I do not have a problem with your sexuality. If you are a man and you like dick, that's your prerogative. That was always been my issue with that shit. Them having drag queens in schools pushing sexuality on kids who have zero level of discernment. Black, white, rich, little kids should not be in that type of energy dealing with sexuality, telling little Billy that it's okay to be Brittany, telling Brittany, well, you can be Brandon. Now, fuck that. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that LGBT bullshit, and it's another blows my mind, Ashe to the answer to Dr. Frances Cress Wessing, she wrote this shit out, man, to the
Well,
T.
indeed. I would say this, that we live in a disruptor era,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
and that is part of the disruption, right? So for anybody that's on the line that subscribe to that lifestyle, what we're gonna point out is that that's a part of the disruption.
Facts.
You know, BLM is part of the disruption. The protest, that's a part of the disruption era. What you do with it is is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing. So somebody said that it's a digital revolution, not just video games. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some gods are gay. Not my gods though.
Yeah. Those don't
Not
like
my
God.
gods though. Not
Those
my
like God.
gods. People try to throw that around. Look, Ganesh was not my gods. Not Shango.
Don't talk
Not
about that.
Yemeya. Not Oshun. All of our gods were functioning the way that the sun, moon, and stars function. There's no two suns coming together to make a fucking moon. There's no two moons coming together to make a sun. All of our cosmology, all of our mythology, all of our quote unquote gods were
Balance.
functioning balanced. Also, we're talking about is balance. Y'all could come with the new age and try to remix whatever you want. But the gods that you speak of is the gods that Noble Jew Ali told the Moors to give back to the Europeans. Those are the Nordic gods.
Facts.
Those are the demonic. Those are the gods that were dealing with trying to be God. They were trying to be God, but those were not God. Those were demigods trying
Yes.
to play God. And what did God do? Wash them up. He
Literally.
washed them up. He been washing them up. So we're not gonna play these quote unquote new age mind games because we're gonna function. My wife just gave birth to my new son on April the 2nd. He's an Aries, right? That's
Congratulations.
what's
Yes, sir.
popping. Sun, moon, and star. Sun, moon, and star. That's what I'm on. I can't speak for nobody. We live in a world where there's billions of us on the planet. So we got, people got the opportunity to roll what the fuck they want to roll with. This is what I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with having the opportunity to see a new life come out of a yoni. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then me feeling like I have an extra 100 years on this planet, and me being able to contact all of my family members and all of them being proud of me, being able to contact all of my children and them being more proud that they have a brother and a sister. That's the type of time I'm on. I
Yeah.
don't know about nothing else. And I'm not co-signing and I'm not going down. I'm not rolling with near other thing.
No, no.
Facts. I'm fucking with my mama and my father used to bring me and my brother here. How about that? How about you niggas is foul?
I don't understand it. Y'all screaming out Black Lives Matter, but y'all movement is comprised of two plugs, of two sockets. What life are y'all bringing into the world?
I'm
What if it
confused.
was up to y'all? There would be no life to matter because y'all don't create life. Y'all don't bring life into the world. This ain't hating. This ain't bashing y'all sexuality. This is just dealing with the reality of it. The reality of it is y'all do not bring life into the world.
Let's be clear.
Period.
Let's be
That's all.
clear.
That's all it is.
My sisters, my LBGT sisters, who I have a lot of
So do I.
friends,
So do I. So do I.
you
I
know,
went to a theater. I went to a theater school. So
oh man, yeah. So, you know, sexual preference, you know, is what I mean. Look, I like giving back shots. Is there a flag for that? You know what I'm saying? I like polygamy. I like to lay it with a whole bunch of goddesses. Is there a flag for that? Because that's a preference. So I don't even want to have a conversation about a nigga preference at the end of the day. That's not something that is conducive to my growth and development because I'm not having sex with you. You feel me? I'm not having sex with you. So to have black people talking to other black people about sex at the end of the day, where that's all we hear about on the radio. That's all we hear about in our music. That's all we see on World Star. That's all we're inundated with the fucking radio all day. So I really don't even want to entertain that at the moment. What I do want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
is, you know, the people who are functioning and operating on a certain frequency. What's popping with y'all? What y'all doing with yourself? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
How do I feel about circumcision, Red Pill? I'm still unsure. My son is not circumcised. I'm not letting nobody clip off none of his none of his machinery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with that. This
Mm-hmm.
nigga asking who is my gods. Obviously not yours.
Yours.
Don't
I
ask
got
me who my gods is. That's a
I got
personal question at the end of the day. And I don't know you like that.
well, I'll say this. I ain't gonna name my guys, but I know my guys ain't gay. And
Yeah.
it ain't no attack on no personal. It's just the natural
Yeah, my
ability.
mother is my God, homeboy.
I was
My mama,
I was
Mama
literally
Pill.
about I
Yeah,
was about to
Mama
say
Pill, that's my God. She got 5 children. You know what I'm talking about? She got 5 children. She's
now
fertile. That's
I,
my God,
I was
nigga.
about to say the same thing. I know
This,
everybody run
yeah,
around with the whole Karen thing, but my mother, a black goddess, you know what I'm saying? I shade to her. You know what I'm saying? That's who brought me
facts,
into there. Big Moon and Karen brought
facts.
me into this world. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Like,
talking about? That's who
so,
I submit to. That's who I bow down to.
you know what I'm
And
saying? Like,
that's the greatest, that is the greatest being on this planet. He said, LOL, not what I meant. Well, see, that's where the problem lies. If you're not giving it up to your mother before some fucking person on the wall that you never met,
that,
you you
that you
need to
probably don't even
reevaluate.
understand.
You
You
probably don't
probably don't
even
even understand.
understand it.
You don't even understand the origin story because you praying to some Greek god, knowing that that Greek god is just is just been taken from our pantheon, from the Kemet pantheon. Like, come on, man, come on. You don't
Yeah,
even know what you're looking at. You don't even know what you're
yeah,
looking at.
yeah. Who's your God? King Tut, nigga? What are you talking about?
Come on, man.
Y'all need to come back to earth.
Yeah, come on,
You know
man.
what I mean? Get back. The mother is the earth. My father is the sun. My mother is the earth. And in the physical form, on as above, so below, my daddy, his name is Wayne, and my mother's name is Annette, right? She is the earth. She is the nurturer. She is the substance. She is everything. And she cured AIDS.
Shout out to Mama
Fuck
Pill.
around. Yeah,
Shout out
shout
to
out to
Mama Pill
Mama Pill. Yeah, yeah,
because she
yeah.
doesn't get enough credit. People like you
She
know what I'm saying.
don't. She do not.
They
Not at
always
all.
they always talk about Dr. Sabi, and Dr. Sabi himself never ever gave himself the credit. He always said, "We did it." He never credited just himself. He always gave credit to the 2 women that helped him. So shout out to Mama Pill. Give her flowers. Matter of fact, after I'm on a fast right now. I was actually looking into some of her stuff because I wanted to, after I come down from the fast, I wanted some of her products to help me out. But that's another time. But yeah, people give Mama Pill her flowers because it wasn't just Dr. Sabi that did it by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope I'm assuming I think I can rightfully assume that the documentary that Nick Cannon is going to do, that they're definitely going to give her much deserved flowers.
He didn't put in a trailer, and she's on a Supreme Court case with it's 3 names: Ma Bowman, right? Annette Thomas, and Alfredo Bowman. He didn't put my mother in the fucking trailer, and he filmed me, KT, Blue Pill, Chef Aki, Mama Pill. He ain't put none of us in the trailer, right? So how the fuck you trying to sell a story about somebody and the fact that they cured AIDS, and you put a whole bunch of other people? I had no idea that these people was even in the documentary. I wouldn't have been in the documentary if I knew that all of these niggas was in the documentary, because they don't got nothing to do with Dr. Sabi. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So he pushed the important people out of the way to sell a trailer. Who you selling it to? Nigga, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not feeling Nick Cannon right now, and the world knows that. I don't hold my tongue. Me and him is not on the same page. I don't know
I mean,
what homeboy time. I don't know what time he's on, and I want to know where that money is gonna go. That's gonna come out of that movie at the end of the day. Who is that money going to? And why are you naming it Strong Enemies? And my mama is still alive, and you won't even give her no credit. You
I
won't
even
give
say
my
her
aunt no
name.
credit. No, I'm just saying you named the documentary Strong Enemies. So if the 2 other people that are on the court case are walking around in the world with no security, and you with all of the COVID-19, and they did all of these panels, nobody reached out to my mama. She cured AIDS, and so did my aunt. And nobody reached out, and they talk about Black Lives Matter and all of this women empowerment and all of this fake CJ Walker. Madam, they gave Madam CJ Walker for straightening women's naps, for straightening out their 9-ether, for putting lye in their hair, for putting chemicals and causing fibroids and tumors. They gave her a college. They gave her an estate. They gave her millions of dollars.
Millions. And even on Netflix, they still didn't tell the story right. They still didn't tell the story right on Netflix. I remember immediately after that, I hopped on the gram. I've seen Six the Goddess talking about it, and then I seen you post it. I forgot what the other lady's name, but I started doing, I can't remember her name, but I started doing some research. I'm just like, oh, shit.
They besmirched her so bad.
They
besmirched her so bad.
And the way they portrayed
Annie Monroe.
Black men.
Yeah, Annie Monroe got thrown under the bus when Annie Monroe was a multimillionaire going into the 40s. Madam C.J. Walker died after the quote unquote Spanish flu. She died in 1919. Her legacy ended early. Annie Monroe continued her legacy going all the way into the quote unquote 40s. So she was a trailblazer. She became a millionaire before Madam C.J. Walker. So the whole entire story about Madam C.J. Walker being one of the first Black millionaires is actually a farce. So in these days and times where people are making truth such a tantamount issue, where everything has to be truth, right? We should focus on correcting all of the lies, all of the falsehoods. Netflix is notorious for spreading falsehoods and lies about Black people, bro. That's what Netflix doesn't. They lied about Pablo Escobar. They lied about they got sued by Pablo Escobar's family. They lied about the other one, El Chapo. They lied about a lot of people.
I didn't know about that.
They blocked Farrakhan from, because he had, remember, his documentary was with the rappers. Do you know that?
No.
The documentary that they did not let Netflix air, it wasn't an anti-Semitism Minister Farrakhan. It was Minister Farrakhan with all of the influencers.
Oh, they can't have that because he would have disrupted everything.
He's going to disrupt the industry. Remember, the conflict of interest. It played out with Tamika Mallory in the Women's March. The conflict of interest of all of these Negroes that are owned by the corporations is that they cannot pledge allegiance. They have to denounce Farrakhan. They have to denounce anything conscious, because everything that's woke is a go. They green lighted everything that's woke. You see all of the corporations, everybody is getting behind the woke movement, and everything conscious is going to be targeted. They did the same thing with Karanga and the Panthers. They did the same thing in the 60s. You know, the people that are coming home, rest in peace. What's the brother, Delbert Africa? He just made transition. So you got, so you had the MOVE members that was in the box for 40 years, right? You had the Panthers that got murdered during COINTELPRO. You had Assata Shakur on the run. You had Afeni Shakur and all of them, and Matulu Shakur. Those would be considered what you know today as the conscious community. The people who was not trying to take pictures with white people. The people who was not marching with Europeans talking about all lives matter. The people who are not gender bending and code switching around the quote unquote allies.
Yeah, fuck that.
Right?
Fuck that.
Those people were targeted for execution for quote unquote government. The government slaughtered them in the late 60s going into the 70s, right? Well, shout out Wisdom Bella, right? My daughter's listening, so I gotta teach her at the same time. So remember, they gave the civil rights people jobs. How did your parents become city workers? How did they become professors? How did they become doctors? How did they become workers? They did the same thing that they're doing right now. If you see the movie The Butler breaks it down, because The Butler shows how Richard Nixon said, you know how we fight black power? With green power. What is green power? Is giving black people a job. What is giving black people a job? Is giving them a seat at the table. Before, you couldn't sit at the table. They were pouring drinks on you. Remember the Woolworth thing? They were spitting on us. They pouring drinks. They would not let us sit with them. Civil rights, not silver rights, civil rights. Civil rights gave them the opportunity, right, to sit with Europeans. You didn't get anything out of that. It was all a farce. How do I know that? Because just yesterday, the LBGT used civil rights to get their laws passed. That's not a black thing.
Nope.
So where's your human rights? You're still not human, and you still are considered to be what is known as civiliter mortuus, right? Civiliter mortuus is a legal term, and I am charging all of my brothers and sisters who are marchers and protesters. I'm charging you, right? I'm giving you big homie. I'm giving you a big homie charge right now. When you write your placards or your when you write out your signs, right? When you write your signs, write civiliter mortuus, dead in the eyes of the law, Black Law's Dictionary, and you go and you march and you put that in the face of every single ally that you see, and you ask them to explain that. Civiliter mortuus. That will end the whole march. They'll be like, I'm going home. I can't. This is when white fragility starts to kick in, because that's when they'll start to feel cornered, because you're cutting through all of the emotionalism. You're cutting through all of the BS. You're cutting through all of the stroking that they're going to do. They're coddling you. They're putting you on their lap and they're coddling you. They're stroking your ego, right? Back. When you get off of all of that dopamine and you cut right through it and you say, how could you be a lawyer, right? Mr. Weinstein, Goldberg, Steinberg, all of the Bergs are out with you now. All of the Steins and the Bergs are marching, right? Mm-hmm. You know, Buffy the Becky Slayer or Buffy the Karen Slayer is out here with us, right? Cavs is popping. Look at the Cavs.
But they're not telling us that, though.
Look, Cavs is popping because of the march, right? Calf muscles is on fleek, right? Everybody's Fitbit, everybody's Nike Fitbit is registering that you're fit now because you walk 100 miles with the Becky Coalition and with a bunch of BWAs twerking, right? You know, bussies with attitudes twerking because they leading the march and they're twerking in front of the police saying, you can't get none of this. I know you want some of this.
Oh my gosh. And then they're going to twerk their way out of racism. And then they're going to twerk. If we could dance our way out of racism, we would have never been fucking dealing with it. We're the best dancers.
If we could sing our way out of this, our good sister Billie Holiday would never have made the song Strange Fruits, right?
Oh, black.
If we could party our way out of this, the Last Poets would have never made Party and BS, right? So we need to do something differently than what our forefathers were doing, because I'm here to let you know, my dad, my poopa, my father, he was a part of the same thing that we see going on right now. Some of the young people that are marching, ooh, y'all gonna get some good jobs. Y'all gonna be managers at Starbucks. Y'all gonna be, you know, you're gonna be a vice president at Disney, right? You see that Bette Midler, who bought the young girl Disney stocks? Disney, don't take your children to Disney. Disney is where Walt Disney is a world renowned, right? He's dealing with child trafficking.
Facts.
That whole Disney setup is intricately tied into the Jeffrey Epstein / Lolita Express, because Jeff Epstein and them was in Miami. They was in places like Miami. So you got to remember, we not jacking Disney. That's not a come up. That's not something. Yeah, Barbara Streisand. That's an insult.
Facts.
Why don't
Facts.
P. Diddy give us some stocks in Ciroc?
Man, yo, I mean, you know, I like the fact that he does have Reza Islam on there.
On where?
But like when he does like the Black News, you know what I'm saying, that he basically jacked the name from Sarnetta. But it's just like, you know, like he'll have Reza Islam up there, you know, with Amy Schumer and T.I. and Big Mike and all these guys, and just like by the time it gets to Reza Islam, it's just like, all right, okay, we gotta wrap it up now. And it's just like, you ain't
Reza
dangerous.
You know what Reza Islam is being used for? To co-sign all of them. The same way that Charlemagne used all of the conscious teachers to elevate his woke star. I
used to be a
and
fan
he threw,
of
and then they throw them away. Why? Because there's a crisis going on in the world. Do you see them going back to any of the people that they invited on the Breakfast Club to talk about them? No. He's running with the cloth now. He's the face of black people. He's positioning himself to be a leader. They used the energy, because if I go on any of those shows, I bring my audience with me. This whole thing has been about a war for the audiences since we began in social media. If you don't realize, it's the war for the audience. So if I bring my audience to Vlad, when I leave, my audience stays. They're gonna start watching Vlad now. They're gonna start watching the Breakfast Club, and then they get inundated because the numbers. And anybody that went on those channels they don't have the same appeal that they've had before they went on those channels. They're not more lit. They're not more lit. You know what I'm saying? They don't have higher potential. Their stocks did not go through the roof after going on Vlad in the Breakfast Club. The contrary happened.
Yep.
They cooled off.
Yep.
So they cooled off. So what do they do on these shows? They feeding off of your energy. And you're not supposed to step on no platform. I mean, Lord have mercy. You're not supposed to lend your light. You're not supposed to lend your name. You're not supposed to lend your likeness to any platform that has not proven themselves to be of the highest standard. And I stand corrected, because I was a cheerleader for the Breakfast Club for many years. I even went on record. I was too. But then I peeped it. But then I figured it all out. The COVID-19, 2020 just opened my eyes to a lot of things.
And that's exactly why. Like I went to theater school. I've always been a speaker. But when the COVID-19 stuff hit and we started seeing these talk shows from home, I'm just like, whoa. One, just on a straight place, they're not that good looking. Two, they're not that smart. They're not that smart. I'm like,
when the producer is not there, when the set producer is not there, when all of the executive producers is not there to whisper in their ears and to help clean things up,
they ain't got nothing to talk about.
They don't have no pizzazz.
They talk about some bullshit. They talk about some bullshit. All the stuff that's going, all the things that are going, all these real world issues that are going on right now. And y'all want to talk about Meg Stallion's song with Beyonce. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Well, we got little kids listening, so we got to be a little.
Sorry.
Look,
if y'all don't move that malarkey to the side, like we got real things. We got real things going on, and y'all want to talk about remixes to songs.
Look, like they brought Rush Limbaugh. This one I knew it was over for me. No, you don't understand what this is. I don't know if you understand how detrimental this was for the quote unquote, for everything that we're about. They brought the rebel rouser of all rebel. If anybody listens to Rush Limbaugh now, I would say, please let the family know he is on his radio station as I speak, getting white America ready for war.
Yes.
He is rebel rousing in ways that I've never heard him rebel rouse other than the 9/11 attack. Right? So they brought an enemy of the state on their platform. They brought Fauci on their platform. They brought Bill Gates on their platform. All of the people that got blood on their hands. Because, you know, I mean, y'all marching for George Floyd, but what about the 100,000 people who we don't know if they were killed or not?
Facts.
We don't know if they was killed or not. That verdict is still hanging in the rafters. Mm-hmm. But what we do know is we not rocking with Bill Gates or Dr. Fauci. So if you speak to them and you don't interrogate them and you don't wash them up the way that you would wash a black person up,
exactly.
If you don't give them the donkey of the day, if you don't dig into their chest, then you are complicit in homicide.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We're gonna keep it PG. I'm sorry. I forgot we had kids. We're gonna keep it PG. Apology.
Yeah.
But yo, I didn't watch the Russell one because I was just pretty much done. But
I did.
When he brought Dr. Fauci out there and he didn't get in him the way I know that he can, because if it was like a black rapper or something like that he didn't like, he would dig into them, and I'm just like, come on, Charlamagne, come on,
bro. If I went up there, he would get at me.
He would try.
I mean, of course he would try. I would have a field day with him, and I would just be leaning on Angela Lee, taking shots. And the other dude, the son of a cop, you know.
Yeah.
I got a whole nother, because
I mean, honestly, you know, I let it, and I should have never let this slide, but I remember the episode where Charlamagne gave him the silicone joint of his butt, and I was just like, I remember seeing that, and it made me feel so uncomfortable because they were just so happy about it, like, oh yeah, it's my butt. It's just like, y'all like, that's the kind of gifts y'all give each other, like. Yeah, all that money, and y'all give each other silicone versions of your butt, and y'all joke around with y'all work husbands. Nah.
A lot of money.
Nah.
They real happy there. They real.
Yeah, Nah, that's a fact. They real happy up there. How did you? You was talking about. I want to talk a little bit more about. Bring back to Ice Cube. I know you went on heavy. You went in heavy with him last night. But do you think that Ice Cube's gonna come out with any more music, or is just gonna be he just kind of just hit him with the he gonna kind of hit us with the social media?
You see, the power of a legendary rapper like Ice Cube.
He doesn't really need to.
He doesn't need to because his prophecy has been fulfilled. If you were to play Death Certificate, Kill at Will, and America's Most Wanted, I don't really need to hear nothing new from him. What I need for him to keep doing as an ambassador is to continue to remind the new listeners, the new audience, the new generation, because they missed out on that stuff. They wasn't even born at that point. Some of them were like 1 year old when he dropped the album. What I need him to do is continue to be relevant because he is rebranding himself. And I forgive him for all of the Disney stuff because at the end of the day, Ice Cube from the gate was a thespian. He's an intellect. He was in college. He does not come from the quote unquote environment that he's MC Gusto. No, I'm dead at. He's MC Gusto from CB4.
Yeah.
But that's no disrespect. Nah, in real life, that's no disrespect towards him. But
you know the character is not disrespect. Yeah.
But this is when he became Ice Cube for me. When he became street conscious, street militant. That's what Little Baby is turning into. My favorite artists are artists that are well balanced between the trenches and these book smarts. I call it the Bumpy Malcolm theory or the Bumpy Malcolm formula. The fact that you got to be hip hop. Hip is the intellect. Hip means that you know something. If you hip to something, you are
Oh,
aware of it, you're
yeah.
conscious of it, you hip.